jerseys. And it's been good luck for us before. So I appreciate it, big man.
Well, I picked you to win the whole thing. So tell me why you guys have a chance to win this whole thing. And I know you're taking it game by game here and not trying to get ahead of yourselves, but why has this team been so damn good this season?
First of all, we're very deep and we have really, really good talent. I think it starts with our incredibly skilled and mature perimeter. Walt, Will, and Elijah, Denzel have done an incredible job. Irby's playing really well right now. Those guys kind of kickstarted for us, but our front court's been amazing as well. And I can't speak enough about the addition of getting Micah back, getting him back in our lineup, along with Ruben and Kondo and Tommy. That front line becomes really formidable. And, our depth has been great. Our guys are super unselfish and they enjoy playing together.
A little bit about the depth, and we all have been talking about it the last couple of weeks here coming down the stretch that you guys might be the most complete team in the country. But what's completely sold you guys on me just from even last year is just the complete team buy-in on the defensive end. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. It was our shortcoming last year. We were pretty explosive offensively last year. I think we were top 10 or 12 nationally, but we were very mediocre defensively for our level. And, we made a concerted effort this summer with the guys added to the program. We needed them to be physical. We needed them to be good, plus defenders. And adding Elijah Martin and Ruben Chinyelu obviously has been humongous for us. Both of them are fantastic defenders. And the other guys have bought in and done a better job. Walt Clayton's turned himself into a good defender. Will Richards has been exceptional. Tommy Kondo, all those guys give us flexibility and the ability to switch. They protect the rim well. And all of our guys have taken a lot of pride on that side of the ball this year.
The way that your guys finished the season, especially there in the SEC tournament, did you feel like you should have been the number 1 overall seed? Because I did.
Well, thank you.
In the best league in the country.
Yeah, you know what? I would say over the past, month of the season, I feel like we've been playing the best basketball out there. I know the tournament committee looks at the full body of work, and obviously Auburn's resume is amazing. And, from start to finish, they had a fantastic year. But, I'm really happy and excited to be with my crew, going into this tournament.
Coach, 2 guys that I know really well are Will Richard and Thomas Hall. I spent a lot of time with Will this offseason in Jersey. Just kind of tell me what those 2 really mean to you and kind of what they bring in terms of, offensively, defensively. I just really love those 2 kids. So could you just elaborate on them a little bit?
Yeah, Will Richard is, I talk about him a lot as being kind of the face of our program and a guy that we would really like to replicate in terms of the young guys that we bring in moving forward. He was the first guy that committed to our program when we got down here 3 years ago. Comes from an incredible family, just a great young man, and has turned himself into a complete player. When we got him, he was kind of a shooter, and an occasional slasher. Now he can put the ball on the deck and make plays out of the ball screen, and has been our most complete defender. Did a great job on Chaz Lanier in the SEC title game. And a great leader, a great vocal leader, does a great job of getting his teammates on the same page. And Tommy is our do-it-all guy, a little under the radar coming off the bench. When Kondo got hurt, he had the opportunity to get in the starting lineup and played like an all-league player and has all year, really. Just a guy that makes every winning play, gets every 50-50 ball, has really started to shoot the ball very well, which gives us another element of our offense. And, both him and Kondo do a great job playing as the hub of our offense at the top of the key and being decision makers. And Tommy and Will have been a huge reason why we've been so successful this year.
The reward for that was potentially getting the back-to-back defending national champions in the second round and a Maryland team potentially in the Sweet 16. And you also, oh, by the way, have 4 of the 6 active Division I coaches that have won national championships in your region. It's going to be tough, man. You got a tough road coming out of the West.
It's not going to be easy. And, I'm still looking for my first NCAA tournament win, man. So we got a wide range of but we talk about teams looking at it is we're trying to kind of cut it into 3 weekends. So we're looking at this one as a 4-team MTE. Really, we got Norfolk tomorrow, and if we're fortunate enough to win, as you said, we got Coach Hurley and his crew, who's used to winning championships, or Oklahoma, who we've seen in the SEC. But you got to beat really good teams to advance, and we're excited for those potential challenges.
Coach, these guys call me a Gator homer. I am a Gator. Come on, everybody knows I'm a Gator. Okay, so don't let them fool you. But first of all, congratulations, man. You've done a hell of a job. You've made us all very, very proud. Elijah Martin.
Thank you.
When you look at him and you went in the portal and you grabbed him, obviously there were some question marks with the years that he had last year and some of the injuries. And now he looks like one of the X factors for your team. What was it about him that you said, you know what, this is the guy that I know when I plug in the backcourt with these other two dynamic players, this is the right fit?
Yeah, you know what? We just almost got hit on our bus, but we're all good. Don't worry. We're going to make it to practice on time.
Please get to the game. Please get to the game.
With Mart, I think people overcomplicated it when they were evaluating players last year in the portal. I think he was AAC Player of the Year as a sophomore, and had a good year last year, not an amazing good year, and had experience winning at such a high level. Dusty's son Jack May was a walk-on for us, and I had known Dusty pretty well, and I think he's a great coach and a great culture down there at FAU. And so when Elijah became available, we knew who he was, we knew how tough he was, we knew how much he impacted winning, and we laughed about it in the office. I think one recruiting service had him ranked as like the 113th ranked transfer in the market last year, which we still kind of giggle about today. But he's just a great player, man, but he's an even better person. He's so tough, and I think he really gave us that element that we were missing last year. The thing is, he just raised the bar accountability-wise for everybody on our roster, specifically Walton Will on the defensive end. He just kind of has that edge to him. And, he doesn't let anybody bring less than an elite effort every day. And it's a huge reason as to why we've been able to make this leap we have.
Hey, Todd, you've come a long way in these TV interviews since your first one. You remember your first TV interview?
With you in Las Vegas, I believe, back in 2019 on WCC Media Day.
You were a little nervous then. What's the key for you? What are you preaching to your team right now that they have to do going to this NCAA tournament? What's
Yeah, honestly, from a mentality standpoint, we just got to make sure we handle success. This is the first time really all year where I feel like people have kind of started jumping on our bandwagon. People were kind of waiting, seeing on us for a long time. Oh, they played a soft non-conference schedule. They lost to Kentucky, and obviously I think winning at Auburn kind of put people on notice, and we've won 12 out of our last 13. And now a lot of people are picking us to win the national championship. And that's a position that we just haven't been in all year. And none of us have been in it, our staff or our players, and just kind of keeping our edge and making sure that we attack it the right way. The great thing is we have a mature team, man, and these guys are really focused on making sure we do everything we can. But I would say that's the biggest, task, and that's the biggest thing in front of us that we got to take care of.
Well, Ty, man, great stuff. Appreciate you making some time for us, and congrats on the great season, and good luck in the tournament.
Please don't hit anything in that bus.
No, we should be good now. We got our escort for us. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. Take care. Go Gators.
Thanks, Todd.
Bye, guys.
That is Todd Golden, Florida Gators basketball coach. Yeah, they have